President Biden declares a major disaster in Louisiana as powerful Hurricane Ida makes landfall, wiping out all power in New Orleans.
President Biden has declared a major disaster as Hurricane Ida continues to batter the U.S. state of Louisiana, bringing catastrophic storm surges, flash flooding and 150-mile-an-hour winds.
Federal aid is now available to supplement recovery efforts after more than 1 million people have lost power and one person's been killed. Ida has now weakened to a Category 1, but still continues to cause widespread damage. Nada Tawfik sent this report from New Orleans.
This is the destructive power of Ida.
Oh my God! Yo!
Easily lifting the roof clear off this hospital in cut-off Louisiana. These coastal areas have been the hardest hit so far. Besides ferocious winds, there have been tidal surges as high as 16 feet and flash flooding. This fire station in Delacroix, Louisiana, posted footage before and after the storm as water rushed in. Officials warn some of the most affected parts may be uninhabitable for weeks. In comparison, much of New Orleans is protected by the levees and floodwalls of a newly built hurricane defense system. That is being put to the test now. In the iconic French Quarter, debris such as this roof and fallen tree branches litter the streets. And at nightfall, power went out across the entire city. In Washington, President Biden received a briefing on Ida at the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA. He made an appeal to people in the region.
I want to emphasize again, this is going to be a devastating hurricane, a life-threatening storm. So please, all you folks in Mississippi and in Louisiana, Mississippi, and God knows, maybe even further east, take precautions. Listen, take it seriously, really very seriously.
FEMA is sending 2,000 emergency workers to assist local authorities. For now, though, residents are on their own for the duration of the storm.
Nada Tawfik, BBC News, New Orleans.
Now let's focus on Hurricane Ida, which is causing devastation in the US state of Louisiana. The entire city of New Orleans is without power, and there are reports that one person has died.
Let's speak right now to Michael George, who's a reporter for CBS News in New Orleans. Morning to you. I hope you can hear me. Just tell us the latest situation. How are conditions?
Well, I can tell you it's been about 12 hours since Ida made landfall here in Louisiana, and the storm has dissipated in strength. Unfortunately, the danger has not dissipated at all. The floodwaters are rising in many communities, and as you mentioned, the entire city of New Orleans is 100% without power, and officials with the utility companies say there is no way they're going to be able to restore that tonight. The utility workers who will do the work of that restoration process can't move in until the storm fully moves out of the area. So they haven't even begun the work yet. So it's going to be a very dangerous night here for many people in New Orleans. We have heard some harrowing reports of people actually trapped in their attics as their homes flood, rescuers unable to get to them at this point because the waters are just too high.
Yeah, and just presumably from what you say, there's a real danger to life still.
Yes, this is a danger that's going to continue for days, possibly even weeks, when we think about restoring power to close to 1 million people, when we think about all the trees that are down, about the sewage issues, the power issues, the roads that are impassable. There's so much work to be done, and really we can't assess how bad the damage is until the storm fully moves out of the area.
How many people were able to escape before the storm?
Well, many people, fortunately, did take the advice of officials and did evacuate New Orleans and the surrounding areas prior to the storm, but there are thousands upon thousands of people who didn't have the resources or money or means to get out of New Orleans, or they just decided to stay at home and hunker down and just endure this storm as best they could. And so many of those people are still in their homes. Fortunately, we have not seen many people try and brave the storm or go outside. People are staying indoors. But the reality is, with a storm of this magnitude, even stronger than Katrina when it comes to wind speed and rainfall, there's only so much you can do. And so there are still a lot of people who are in danger, and that will continue overnight.
Michael George, listen, take care of yourself as well. Thank you very much indeed. CBS News in New Orleans. Thank you.